Hello, and welcome back to Sleepytime Stories from the Ranger's Grove. Adventures to fall asleep to. Tonight, we meet Henry, a little goat who finally gets what he's always wanted. So lay back, get comfortable, close your eyes, and listen to the story of Henry the Flying Goat. In a peaceful valley surrounded by rolling hills and blooming meadows, there lived a goat named Henry. Henry was a curious and adventurous goat, always exploring the nooks and crannies of the valley. With his bright eyes and lively spirit, he was beloved by all the other animals. Yet, despite his cheerful demeanor, Henry had a secret longing. He desperately wanted to fly. Henry's best friend was a magnificent Pegasus named Freya. Freya was graceful and elegant, with wings that shimmered like silver in the sunlight. She soared through the skies effortlessly, her mane flowing like a river of stardust. Henry would often watch her with awe, imagining what it would be like to have wings of his own, and feel the wind beneath him as he flew high above the valley. One day, as the summer solstice approached, Freya noticed Henry looking particularly wistful. She landed gently beside him and nuzzled his cheek. "Henry, my dear friend, what troubles you?" she asked. Henry sighed and gazed up at the sky. "Oh, Freya, I wish I could fly like you. I've dreamed of having beautiful wings and soaring through the clouds." Freya smiled kindly. "The night of the summer solstice is a magical night, Henry. It is a time when creatures born of magic, like dragons, fairies, trolls, and even Pegasi, can share a bit of their magic. Perhaps your wish isn't as impossible as you think." Henry's eyes widened with hope. "Do you really think so, Freya?" "I know so," Freya replied with a twinkle in her eye. "Leave it to me, Henry. Trust in the magic of the solstice." That night, as the moon rose full and bright in the sky, the valley was bathed in a soft, silvery glow. All the magical creatures gathered to celebrate the solstice, their hearts brimming with joy and enchantment. Freya waited until Henry had fallen asleep, his head resting on a soft bed of grass. With great care, she plucked 2 of her own wing feathers and gently placed them under Henry's head. "Sleep well, dear Henry," she whispered. "May your dreams be filled with the magic of flight." As Henry slept, he dreamed of soaring through the sky, his new wings carrying him effortlessly above the clouds. He felt the cool breeze against his face and the exhilarating freedom of flight. It was a dream so vivid and real that he almost believed it was true. When the first light of dawn broke, Henry awoke to a strange sensation. He stretched and shook himself, only to realize that something was different. He turned his head and saw, to his amazement, a pair of beautiful wings sprouting from his back. They were as white as snow, with a subtle iridescence that glimmered in the morning sun. "Freya! Oh, Freya, look!" Henry bleated with excitement as he ran to his friend. "I have wings! I can fly!" Freya laughed and embraced Henry. "I knew the magic of the solstice would work, Henry. Now, let's see those wings of yours in action." With a few tentative flaps, Henry lifted off the ground. His heart soared with joy as he flew higher and higher, Freya by his side. Together they glided over the valley, their laughter echoing through the skies. As the day turned to dusk, Henry and Freya decided to explore beyond the valley. They flew over forests and rivers, mountains and lakes, marveling at the beauty of the world from above. But their joyous flight was soon interrupted by a sinister presence. From the shadows of an ancient forest, a greedy gremlin named Grishank emerged. Grishank was known far and wide for his nefarious deeds. He had been stealing magic from countless creatures, hoarding it all in a magical pouch that he carried on his belt. His eyes gleamed with malice as he spotted Henry and Freya.
"Ah, more magic for my collection,"
Grishank cackled, rubbing his hands together.
"I'll take those wings and that Pegasus's power for myself."
Freya's eyes narrowed with determination. "Stay close to me, Henry. We must protect our magic." Grishank lunged at them, his claws reaching for the magical pouch. Freya swooped down, trying to distract him with her powerful wings, while Henry charged at the gremlin with his strong head and sharp horns. With a swift and powerful headbutt, Henry knocked Grishank off balance. The gremlin snarled and tried to grab Henry's wings, but Freya dove in, her hooves striking Grishank's pouch. The pouch burst open, and a burst of colorful magic filled the air. Henry and Freya fought bravely, their teamwork and determination shining through. Henry used his horns to fend off Grishank's attacks, while Freya used her wings to create powerful gusts of wind that kept the gremlin at bay. Together, they were a formidable force. Finally, with one last powerful blow, Henry knocked Grishank to the ground. Freya swiftly wrapped the gremlin in a magical binding spell, ensuring he could not escape. "Grishank, your days of stealing magic are over. You will be banished to the fairy prison, where you can no longer harm others." With a wave of her wing, Freya summoned the fairy guards, who took Grishank away to face his punishment. The magical pouch, now empty, lay on the ground. Henry and Freya gathered the remnants of the stolen magic and returned it to its rightful owners. As they did, the valley and the surrounding lands were filled with a renewed sense of peace and harmony. The creatures who had lost their magic rejoiced, their powers restored. Henry looked at Freya, his heart full of gratitude. "Thank you, Freya. Without you, none of this would have been possible." Freya smiled and nuzzled Henry. "You have a brave heart, Henry. Your courage and kindness made all the difference. Now, let's fly together as friends and protectors of this land." With their mission complete and their hearts light, Henry and Freya soared into the sky once more. They flew over the valley, the forests and the mountains, their wings gliding effortlessly through the air. The bond between them grew stronger with each passing moment, a testament to the power of friendship and magic. As the sun set and the stars began to twinkle, they landed on a hill overlooking the valley. The night was calm and serene, the air filled with a gentle hum of nature. Henry lay beside Freya, his wings folded neatly against his sides.
Freya, do you think we'll always be able to protect this land?
Henry asked, gazing up at the sky. Freya wrapped a wing around Henry, her eyes soft with affection.
As long as we believe in the magic of friendship and the goodness in our hearts, we will always find a way. Together, we are unstoppable.
And so, the legend of Henry the Flying Goat and Freya the Pegasus grew. The Valley of Shimmering Falls remained a place of enchantment and joy, where the spirit of the summer solstice lived on in the hearts of all who called it home. Henry and Freya lay side by side on a hill, their wings gently touching and gazing up at the sky. The stars seemed to shine a little brighter, and the world felt a little more magical.
Freya?
Henry whispered, his voice filled with contentment.
Thank you for sharing your magic with me. I couldn't imagine a world more wonderful.
Freya smiled and nuzzled Henry's cheek. And thank you, Henry, for showing me the true meaning of friendship. With hearts full of love and dreams of new adventures, Henry and Freya drifted off to sleep, knowing that the magic of the solstice would always be with them. And as the first light of dawn broke over the valley, a new day began, filled with endless possibilities and promise of more incredible journeys yet to come.